The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. And the clock ticking down to tip off. Kenny, you won 2 championships, might I remind you, back to back. Explain to us the makeup of a champion.
Well,
and not the makeup you're wearing right now,
I never
but the
makeup.
makeup of a championship team.
However, number one is the belief. You have to believe and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important thing. And most people think trust comes from on the offensive end, but it's trust on the defensive end. Meaning, Ernie, if I'm going to send you baseline, I said that's the game plan. I have to trust that my teammate's going to be there, and I'm going to do it regardless of.
Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Take a look at the Heat. 6th game of the season for them, and when you're 4-1 already, you've got a good feeling about each game.
But I guarantee you what, guys, the adrenaline is already flowing on both sides. A rivalry matchup like this means a little more to the players than just any other game.
And not just the players, Greg. How about the fans, too? I mean, they get into this thing as well. We've got an electric atmosphere in here, just like it always is when these two teams square off. It should be a good one, and I'm glad to be right in the middle of it.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Payne out there with Thornton. Then it's Winslow. Then there's Chris Bosh. And it's Powell in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. Now, here is Bell. Not a lot of room. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Now here's Payne, defended by Butler. Winslow, and he's good on the 3 ball. Winslow's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Bell. Here's Butler. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Payne. He had 19 points in the win against the Nuggets in Denver.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense.
Here is Bell. The Heat getting the bucket. Got that one up quick.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
He told me he's very pleased with how his team's play has progressed throughout the season so far, saying we're finding our roles and doing all the small things that separate good teams from average teams. I hope we can keep this going. Guys?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Payne. Following the basket by Freak. Payne passes to Bosch. They set the pick. Kicks it to Thornton. To the left side wing. Lets it fly. Payne can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Bell. Again. Chicago.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Payne kicks to Winslow. He dishes it to Thornton. To the left wing. Shoots it up. Here's Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Here's Bell. Again, Chicago.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
8 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
Now, here's Thornton. 14 points from him the last game against Denver. Pass to Powell. 5 on the clock. Here's Payne. The shot, no good. And in Chicago the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backboard, probably their weakest area in that game.
Well, they weren't doing their work early. They weren't carving out space for themselves under the glass. And guys just weren't working hard enough in my estimation. A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.